here we are again. Just got done normally on a Monday. It's an academic day for our kids, but things get sped up, and so it's a little bit different schedule for our kids. Try to cut some time out of practice, but trying to, on the run, get ready for the Tar Heels who are coming in here Thursday night. So we're ready to go. And we got Ruben Brown, just to give you a heads up, will be our honorary captain this weekend. He's also getting inducted and honored for being in the College Hall of Fame. So we're excited to get him back on campus and get him around our team. We've had some great honorary captains throughout the season, so we're expecting another great one here, Pitt legend. As far as last week's game, that's over. Kids are excited. We put the end of that game last night in a quick team meeting, and coaches worked through the weekend in preparation. Today, was a normal Tuesday practice that we, had to prepare in a little bit less time, but spent Sunday, didn't get to go to church, but put it in for the Panthers. So, I guess I open it up for questions.
How does the preparation changes? Can the coach have a 24-hour rule for wins? Is it a little bit shorter in a week like this?
Yeah. I wish I had a 24-hour. Some coaches do, but you never seem to enjoy it, even if you win by 1 or by 50. It definitely changes. Usually we come in on a Sunday and watch the entire game with the kids because I think it's an unbelievable learning tool. But we had to pick out certain plays, and actually I sat in here with the defense yesterday and watched the plays that we wanted to watch with them. And Coach Chaney sat here with the offense and watched the plays with them, and the rest of our staff was working, game planning. So it changed a lot. We needed to be ahead, usually on a Tuesday practice, which was really what today's practice was. We're working the normal down and distances, red zone and goal line situations on both sides of the ball. So we want to keep the kids in the same rhythm of what we're in, and don't want to change. Say, well, we didn't have time to get red zone and goal line done today. So we worked late into the evening and got done what we needed to. So we're caught up right now. Now it should be normal for the rest of the week.
Do you feel like that short week can sort of focus the kids when you're playing in a game, a big game on Thursday night against another really good team?
I hope to focus if they got 3 weeks till the next game or 5 days. I don't know if it changes the focus, but I think winning changes their focus. I think they kind of get those big eyes like, wow, let's go, and I think that's what really you hope the preparation gets stepped up, the attention to detail.
Pat, you're a guy who likes to cross all the T's and dot all the I's. Are you able to get every detail in a short week like this?
Well, that's why we try to get that done, no doubt about it. We'd like to, I think we got it crossed and dotted, put it that way, yes, on both sides of the ball and special teams. You don't get to practice as much is going to be the big deal. The important thing is that we're fresh. They got to know what to do, but we can't go in there and beat them up. And usually we practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But we're going to have to practice, all 3 of those days, but we cut down the amount of time in each one of those practices just so we can be fresh out there. We can know what to do, but if we go out there, we got dead legs, then we got issues. And you'll be looking going, man, what happened? Well, we beat the heck out of them during the week. So we got to keep them fresh, but they got to know what they're doing as well. So there's a fine line there, and we're going to try to ride that fine line.
Did you feel like the tackling performance was up to par on Saturday?
Did you?
You're the coach?
No, not even close. Not even close. It was disappointing, and for whatever reason, it wasn't close. It was embarrassing, to be honest with you.
Pat, what do you see when you look at their quarterback and what he's done the past couple of years against Pitt?
I didn't look at the last couple of years of what he's done against Pitt because it doesn't matter. But Marquise is he's a great player. He's a big dude. Makes great decisions. I think he's thrown nine TDs and 1 interception this year, if I recall. And he doesn't make mistakes. And he's a guy that's not easy to get down on the ground. He operates the no huddle, the tempo offense. That's why they're number 1 in the ACC in offense and scoring offense and all that, because he does a good job. That's the guy at the controls. So he's a special guy, and Coach Fedora and Seth Luttrell have done a nice job with that offense. I got some experience with Seth Luttrell. Was at Indiana 2012 and 2013. He was the OC there, I believe, with Kevin Wilson, because it looks very similar. So, we're practicing a lot of 2012, 2013 stuff that they tried to do against us back in those years, and used to the tempo and the stuff they like to do. So that's been an extra bonus for us.
Coach Cheney said last week that he still wants to get the downfield passing game going a little bit more. I mean, what do you do? What do you guys have to do from your point of view to sort of get that pushing the ball down the field through the air a little bit?
Well, like I said, everybody like to go take those deep shots, but nobody wants to go 2nd down and 10. Okay, but like I've said before, it's nice to get that going, but until they really stop the run, and until they take away that short game, you get what you get, and I got no problem with all those runs in a 9-minute drive. I don't care if that ball doesn't go deep. It's about winning, and that's what our offense has managed to do is help us win each week.
When you go into a game, how much of the beginning, the start of offensive plays, how much of that is scripted versus how much of that is called on game day?
Are you working for North Carolina or what? I don't know. I'm not going to answer. That's a strategic question as far as whether it's scripted or not, and I don't know. They don't let me know. How about that one? I don't know.
Pat, you were leading the nation in sacks before the Georgia Tech game. There's been a variety of reasons why you're not getting to the quarterback anymore.
First one is we've missed a few of them the last 2 weeks. Number one is you're not practicing getting to the quarterback against Georgia Tech, and then great athlete got out of his way. Even from that last play where he looks, he's running 100 yards in one play and throwing the ball down the field. It's a scrambling quarterback that's elusive, and we haven't been athletic enough to get him down. And the same thing we knew last week. I told you guys on last Monday in our press conference that number 2 for Syracuse is a good athlete. He was their best player, and he really was. He made a ton of plays with his feet, and we had guys there and didn't make it. And again, Sam asked earlier, we weren't a very good tackling team, not only on the tailback but on the quarterback. So, it's something we got to straighten out.
Now, when you got here, I know the past couple of years don't matter, just weren't here, but was winning close games something that you guys identified as a staff that you wanted to do this season?
No, not really. That's what we've always done. I mean, if you look back through my history and the last 11 years, whatever it's been, you win championships with defense, and usually if you're winning it with defense, it's going to be a close game if you're not scoring a whole bunch. So that's what we're used to, and it doesn't matter what the score is. At the end of the day, you got to win the game, and if it's a close game, you got to step up and make something happen. And our offense finished it this weekend, and our defense was out on the field the last couple to do it then. But you got to win close games. That's the name of the game. That's why they say 60 minutes. It's no secret. You just have to do it, and you have to have that attitude to win football games whenever the opportunity exists.
Sort of tackling issue. How do you guys balance it as staff teaching them going for the strip versus making sure you don't give up those extra 5 yards when you're doing so?
No, we try to make a tackle. We're not going for strips. That wasn't the problem. The problem was we had our head down and we weren't taking shots and focusing on the little things. And Jordan didn't have a whole lot of practice. He might have been the worst one out there tackling. And I'll put that on my side. That's not his fault. That's my fault because we didn't want him taking a lot of hits last week. We wanted to keep his body healthy, and that's something you live and learn. Some guys can not tackle during the week and be fine on Saturdays, and sometimes they can't. And it's a lesson learned for coaches on who that guy is, and we'll try to make sure that doesn't happen again. But he's still the best safety out there, and I don't think he'll have that problem this week.
Pat, I'm sure a lot of people see Pitt's record right now back in the polls and wondering, is Pitt for real? What would be your answer to that question right now?
We'll find out this weekend, I guess, right? My answer would be we'll find out this weekend. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. I don't care what our record is. Right now, we're 0-0 and trying to be, 1-0 this weekend. And, I don't, outside this room, I really don't care what they say or, what they think. It really matters what we think in this room. But I think we're a darn good football team, and you find ways to win. And our only loss has been on a 57-yard field goal to a team that's in the top 10. I'm assuming. I don't know where they are. I don't look at it. I was a pretty good football team, though.
Fair to say the competition kicks up a notch here with the next, I know you only look at one game, but it seems the schedule is turning more difficult.
Tell you what, Youngstown State was tough. They gave us everything you wanted, and every week it gets tough. There's no easy ones. Like I said after Syracuse, that's a good football team that played hard, got some good athletes. you know, they look as good. You know, you sit there watching pregame and watch them run around and look at them, and you kind of go, whoa, you know. You know, they gave us, you know, great effort, and you know, every week's a battle. It doesn't matter. You know, we're just happy to come back home and be back in our own stadium for 4 out of the last 5. I know this will be North Carolina's second road trip of the year, and you know, out of the state at least. And I know the opener they played in Charlotte, I believe, but it'll be their second road trip of the year. And so they got to come into a hostile environment. You know, the Panther Pit's got to be unbelievable this weekend. You know, they run that no huddle offense, so we need to you know, have the 12th man in the stands this week, and it's got to get loud to the point where they have problems communicating, and that's what we need out of them. So appreciate you putting that word out there.
When you guys are, I know you tune out the outside noise, but from the player's perspective, do you rely on the older guys to sort of not to keep guys in mind and not focus on, hey, we'll remember this week or stuff like that?
I don't think they have time to think about that. I mean, you guys got time to sit in a cafe and drink your coffee and go steal a banana with some peanut butter or something like that. It's one of my favorites. But you know, they don't have time. These guys go to class all day. You know, I didn't even know when we met last night at 7 o'clock. I didn't even know where we're ranked. I asked them. I said, "I'm sure we moved up. You know, where are we?" And they're, you know, they were like, "Bang, bang, bang." They know, but you know, just told them again, it doesn't really matter. We need to, you know, move on and you know, I guarantee after practice today, they have no time to. They're not thinking about it after practice where they are. I can promise you that.
Do you feel more buzz though, or anything from maybe people you've heard from, or the players transferring that to you now that you guys are going to play the first home game since 2 of those big road wins at the end there?
Well, you get text messages from guys. You know, I just got a great text message, you know, that I won't share with you. I'll share it with the team from TJ Clemens. But you hear it from the outside, and I'm sure our kids are getting pat on the back and all that. But you know, we're in a little cocoon in here. You know, this is like our little world. You know, we don't get outside the doors much to hear what's going on. You know, haven't been up to campus for a couple weeks. Usually I got a once a week meeting with the AD, but we've been kind of tight down here and haven't had a chance to get that one in. We keep postponing it one or the other. Just, you know, trying to get some work done. But so, you know, we don't know what's happening outside, I don't think. You know, our kids may hear something when they go to class, but that's about it.
Will your coaches be here later each night this week because of it?
No, I don't think we're going to, you know, I talk about the players getting fresh. I think I really believe our players got to be fresh as one of them walks in here, and I believe our coaches got to be fresh too. So, you know, some of us went home after the game and worked, and we came in early Sunday morning, and we're back to where we need to be. So, as coaches, we're going to stay on the same schedule the rest of the week and not work any longer than we normally do. And we should be on schedule right now. We got the first practice in, and now the schedule doesn't change. It's just like today's Tuesday instead of Monday. So we're right where we need to be right now, and there should be no need. I want our coaches just as fresh as our kids.
Speaking of that, I think you said after the game that Tyler, with all the touches he got, you guys might want to, you know, give him less work maybe this week to keep him fresh. Was that the case today?
Yeah, I think Coach Cheney might have kept him a little bit. You know, we probably didn't run him, you know, quite so hard, but you know, he's a workhorse and he wants more. You know, he's a guy that is never going to say, "Coach," you know, I asked him today, "How you feel?" He said, "Coach, I feel great." So, okay, let's go. He's our playmaker, and you know, we got to run him.
They've allowed one opponent more than 2 touchdowns this year. What's impressed you with North Carolina?
Well, Gene Chiswick's done a nice job on defense. I mean, new coordinator. You know, they're very, very sound. You know, they line up. You know what they're going to do, and they do it well. And I would say they're pretty similar to what we do defensively. I mean, Gene's a experienced defensive coordinator and former head football coach. So he's got those guys believing on defense. They've done a nice job, and offensively, they get to the point where they get up on you on offense, and then what's the other team do? They got to chuck it to get back in the game, and they got a good pass defense. And then what do? You throw 3 incomplete passes, and then you put that offense back on the field. So we got to be leery of that and stick to our game plan. And you know, it's got to be the offense helping the defense helping the offense, and special teams being, you know, superior like they've been here the last few weeks.
What sort of dimension has Tyler added to the running game to put him in the backfield or when?
I think he's a good passer. He's a good runner. He's a good catcher. He does it all. I mean, he's done it all. I don't know why people aren't talking about him for the Heisman. because the guy does it all. I mean, some guys just catch it, some guys just run it. That guy does it all. What has he not done? He's punt returner, kick returner. He's a special football player that is going to play a long time.
Any other questions for Coach?
You had some issues, manpower issues with safety.
You said vampire issue?
Manpower.
Manpower. I thought with Halloween coming around, you were thinking about your costume this year or something.
Thursday night. You expect to get those resolved this week?
I hope so. I think they're all feeling a little bit better, so we'll see. That'll be a work in progress as the week goes here.
Did you have to talk to your team about penalties after that game on Saturday?
Yeah. When we had 6 penalties, when we're one of the lowest penalized teams in the country, we've been good all year about it, and it's a little us and a little bit of them. You got young, a couple of them. I mean, you're going to have a false start here and there. Those aren't the ones. It's those unforced errors where Jordan goes down, thinks the guy's blocking him, maybe didn't see the fair catch, whatever, and runs into a guy. I don't think it was flagrant, but there was a lot of things missed as well. There was 12 guys on the field one time, hit somebody, but and then already had a penalty that can't happen. And basically what I said is, players play, coaches coach, and officials officiate. And you shut your mouth, go back to the huddle, let me take care of it, and I don't think we'll have that problem again.
Did you send any video to the SEC office this week?
Every week.
What party was the situation?
Next question. Come on.
Do you expect to get a Parrish back this week?
Hoping so. Yeah, I think so.
Come out clean from the Syracuse game?
Yeah, we did. Came out pretty good.